You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. Black businesses must provide great service. And, I've been on that black business thing, and, I'm all about black people starting their own businesses for obvious reasons. You catch a lot of hell in these other businesses and everything, non-black owned businesses. There's always something of discrimination or something like that. And, some of the businesses we form are doing great service. They expanding. I mean, I know about like small restaurant chains and bookstore chains and all of that, right? But the thing that must happen is they must provide great service. They must provide great service. I mean, first of all, there's already a stigma against black business, and the main thing was customer service. Now, I heard an elder. I'm not going to call the elder's name because it's an elder who passed. He's an ancestor now, right? But he said one of the reasons why blacks flocked to white businesses once integration came was that so many black people were providing bad service, even though we had the business. Now, I'm just going on what he's saying. That was before my time. I was born in 65, so I don't remember anything else. We romanticized that time, but some people were like talking that time. It's like, nah, you ain't always get great service. And that's the biggest rub. You go in I've gotten in some black businesses, and I'm like, are y'all kidding me? Wait, this how you going to talk, or you going to do this, and you just looking at it, even some bookstores and stuff. And, I love a bookstore, and I'm just like, wow. I mean, I know one business, and it's ironic because this business I ain't going to call his name. I'll just say it's a kind of a restaurant in the D.C. area. The customer service was lousy, but people kept coming in there anyway because the food was so good. But I was just like, man, y'all better be glad that food is good. Y'all better be glad because y'all could get, even the owner, because I knew the owner and stuff, he said, man, I got to work with these folks. I think since he's expanded, I ain't going to call his name, since he's kind of expanded, I think he kind of dealt with that issue. But, seriously, we can't, it's one thing to say, let's form black businesses, and you got many movements in that regard. But then you got to have great customer service. That's it. It got to be good. It can't have, the businesses got to be clean. Like I remember when I worked in this little retail shop. It sold African sculpture, right? The sister was big on cleanliness. Because it was the type of place you might get a busy day is 20 customers in that joint. Because, we selling African clothing. So usually, unless it was Africa Day at a church, we didn't get a lot of customers. Like, people typically don't wear African clothing in the United States just on a casual thing, And we did make a lot of money off of selling, like, oils and incense and stuff like that, right? But our big ticket items were, like, African sculptures, drums, stuff like that. And sculptures, you spending about $1,000. Honestly, you spending about $500 to $1,000. You get something small, you still got to spend like $300 or something. So we didn't get a lot of customers. So I remember I'd be sitting in there chilling. She was like, "Hey, Ron, come here for a second." She showed me some dust on some glass. It was like, "You got time?" It was like, okay, because as she said specifically, there's a stigma about, bad customer service in black businesses and keeping it clean. So, and I'd spend 2 hours. I go to work. I spend 2 hours with like some Windex and a paper towel and a duster, just dusting, cleaning. And that was a major thing. It was a great lesson too. And she was deep to the point. I remember one day she came in. I had all the front clean. She took me to the back to a corner in the storage room. Right? She took me to the back of the corner of the storage room. You see that right there? I was like, it's a dirty space. It's like, and I'm thinking like people ain't gonna see it, but that's how deep she was. But her businesses, she had 2 stores. She was very successful. But she had that mindset, So it's like it has to be top notch. You already have a stigma against you as a black business, right? Already. I mean, let's just be real, right? You really do. We just gotta be real with it. So you gotta provide exceptional service. As the elders used to say, you gotta be twice as good. Like they say, you go on a job, you gotta be twice as good as that white person, right? And that's some real talk. Because, you know, and that's still the biggest thing, because you go in some businesses and, you know, you get the owners of it or workers in there. They just like, hey, whatever. They don't talk to you. It's just like, but then they'd be the first to go on social media. Hey, people don't really support black business. Because on a practical level, who wants to really go into business? You get bad service. Now, I said something about boycotting businesses, white owned or Asian owned, Hispanic businesses that treat you like crap. That don't mean give us a pass either. You know, that don't mean give us a pass. We need to be holding our own to an even higher standard, because we know what the alternative is. You know, like and I always use this dude who did sold buffalo wings and stuff as an example, right? He did, one of his things was customer service. That dude would make every single person that walked through his door feel like he was their best friend. I mean, he should actually do a seminar on customer service, because that's what it was. Because quite frankly, food was average. I could probably made better wings. In fact, my ex-wife actually said I made better wings than this dude, and I probably could, to be honest with you. I can hook up some wings and stuff, but his thing was his wings tasted extra good though to me. And I thought about it, and people were killing his stuff, but I'm saying, you come in there feeling good, the food tastes better. And then he put some love into his food too. Right? So I'm like, that customer service and great service, you know, prompt service, right? And competent service, right? I remember my grandmother, now she a couple times, she was the type of give somebody a chance to do some work. And we gave like some black contractors some way to do some stuff. I remember one guy, he called himself a painter. She said, let this dude paint the house. And he was like how great he is, but he didn't want to put down, he would say, this dumbass was so good. I'm going to say dumbass. This dumbass thought he could like paint, and paint wouldn't splatter all over everything. Like, I was like, dude, you put drop cloth everywhere. You get the tape. I could actually do some painting. I think that's something I used to do. My grandmother used to make me do with the houses she owned and stuff. Make me get in there and paint, which is probably why I don't like painting now. But I was actually good at it. I was actually good at it. If I went further and really learned how to paint, like on some professional level, I could make some money that way, because I was good at it as a kid, right? But I knew to put down stuff. But yeah, she let this guy just to hook him up, even though we could have did it ourselves. Man, we spent half our time cleaning off paint splatter off of furniture. It's just like, come on, man, that was bad. That was bad. That was pitiful. And then somebody putting in some tile, they did it all fucked up. Had to get somebody else to fix it. No, great service, and then you got to provide great. You have to be good at what you're doing. Like if you providing service as a black business, even when you just starting out, you got to constantly get better. Constantly. That's with everything. You got to constantly get better, because you judged doing it. Like it or not, you're going to be judged doing it. And it's like, that's the thing. If blacks can't just say, let's start a business. You got to start, we're going to start great businesses, competent businesses and everything. And that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Because even as a black business, if you're doing something, you're providing great service, other people, even non-blacks, are going to come to you, because people are more bottom line. People, and that's the one thing, and I said this before, even though these businesses will be black owned, that's to provide, that's not a political statement, or a political thing. It's a business thing. It's say, look, we're going to provide our own jobs. We're not going to keep asking somebody, and we're not going to have that thing, oh, they got it through affirmative action or some shit. You're going to provide your own thing. So the key to that, though, is great service, right? That got to be the start. So anyway, right, that's it for this one. There's another side to this black business thing. I'm gonna do that in the next one. Anyway, let's go make that money.